explosion for sure, Graham, but I have to tell you, these are candles, not dynamite, all right? We are celebrating Hanukkah, and who better to tell us more than our very own Rebbitzin. Sarah Weinberg, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much,
It's great to have you here. Let's get back to the basics. I mean, we all know what this is, but Hanukkah, why do we celebrate Hanukkah?
So in the second century BCE, there was a very small group of soldiers called the Maccabees that were victorious over the Greek army, who were trying to enforce their Hellenistic, ungodly ways on the Jewish people. And the Maccabees were actually victorious and managed to then salvage and reinstate the temple. And therefore we celebrate this wonderful holiday of Hanukkah.
Tell me where the oil comes in and how we get to burn the Chanukiah.
Okay, so ideal would be to use olive oil. But if you don't have olive oil, then candles are fine. Every night, starting from the first night, which is tonight, we begin with 1 candle, building up each day until 8 days.
But there's 9 candles here, so explain the 9th candle.
Okay, this 1 candle is the one that you use to light all the other candles.
Okay, perfect. Do you light it from a certain point to the other point? Can I start from left to right?
Okay, really good question. We actually we put them in starting from the right side. Okay, every night we add another one, but when we actually light the candles, we light from the left to the right. There's actually a little rhyme. You put them in starting from the right, we add 1 more every night, but don't forget when you start to light, you do it from the left to the right.
Beautiful. It is Hanukkah, Sarah in the house, literally. And we're going through some of the rituals that we celebrate with when we celebrate in Hanukkah. I'm holding a dreidel. Now, explain to us what else we bring to the night and also the 8 days of celebrating.
Well, the one thing that's most exciting for the kids is the Hanukkah geld. They all can't wait to get their money for
Which
Hanukkah.
is actually geld, or money.
Money, which is actually money. This is actually chocolate money, which is actually a traditional, it's become like a traditional fun thing to play dreidel with, and for the kids to eat, of course. Just a fun treat for Hanukkah.
Now, people have got all kinds of traditions, and they even modernize it with Hanukkah bushes because they want to combine Christmas and Hanukkah and all kinds of things. For the 8 days, do the kids or people get gifts?
Absolutely. We definitely get gifts and money. Generally, the kids get money. That's more traditional, and then they buy their own gifts with the money.
Okay. Well, this sounds exciting. There's a little bit of time left. Show me how the dreidel works quickly.
Okay, so you can just spin it the conventional way. Give it a good spin like that.
Okay, mine didn't do that well. There we go. No,
and
mine
if you want to be
work.
more creative, just give it a good spin that way.
Ah, you see, you've had a lot of practice. And I see that the Hebrew alphabet is on it as well. So it's got Gimel, Nun, and Shin on the other side.
That's right. There's actually an acronym for the words Nes Gadol Haya Sham. A great miracle happened there. And we use those letters to play the game.
Okay, well, there you go. This is one of the ways that you can celebrate amazing stuff. Well, Sarah's going to stay with us. We're celebrating Hanukkah in our Feel Good Breakfast show. What are you going to make for us after the break?
Well, definitely donuts.
Definitely
They're my favorite.
Donuts, because it's sweet and it's beautiful, and this is the Festival of Lights. We will be back in our kitchen after the break.
It's at the All Seasons Milk Factory where we found goodness produced on a daily basis. Pick and Pay, always there for you.
Exciting stuff as we're celebrating Hanukkah in our kitchen this morning. And who better to show us what to do than our Rebbitzin Sarah Weinberg. She's joining us on our show today. So I've just learned that it is a holiday, so I can say Chag Sameach, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Now, there's 6 children at home watching us. They all belong to Sarah. Hi, guys. Thanks for watching. So what are we making?
We're making donuts.
Okay, donuts. Is this a recipe passed down from generation to generation? No.
Yes, I would say. This is definitely the recipe that my mum used, and this is definitely the recipe that I use.
Okay, let's get started. What do we do?
Okay, so we begin with our yeast.
Okay.
You mix the yeast with water with your sugar.
Right,
okay?
I can see that it's
and then you
nice
allow it just to do its work for a few minutes.
Right.
After which you add the remaining ingredients in any order.
In any order.
So you have your oil.
Right.
Orange juice gives it a wonderful flavor. Other recipes actually call for milk or soya milk, but it's just not the same as the freshly squeezed orange juice.
Right.
And then you have an egg.
I like the fact that it's not separated. This is easy for me to make.
And then a little bit of margarine.
Right.
And a very little bit of pinch of salt.
Okay, so there goes our salt.
Okay, lots of sugar.
Sugar, yay.
Of course. And then we've got our flour.
Okay, so you're going to add some in there. Okay.
I actually use the Kenwood because I like to make double or triple batches,
right,
and to knead it can take about 20 minutes, and you get your hands right in it and lots of mess. So the Kenwood does work best, but when you don't have one, definitely just knead it for about 15 to 20 minutes until you get a really, really smooth batter.
Okay, so once that is done, what does it look like? Is that your ready-made recipe over there?
So once it's done, you allow it to double in bulk.
Ah, so it rises.
When it rises and it's double in bulk,
Yeah.
and you've got a nice smooth dough, you take out your dough and just put it onto a floured surface.
You've done this before, right?
Oh yes, absolutely. Many times, but not since last year.
Not since last year.
Okay, you roll it out, and then you just divide it with a knife.
Right.
We'll use a spoon for now.
Okay, so you'll cut it. Okay, so you
About
make
half the size that you actually want them to be,
Sure, it looks delicious.
because they're going to double in size again. You
Right.
then leave them to rise again.
Can I smell the dough? Because it just...
Very sweet.
Oh, wow, it's amazing. You can make this at home too. Our keyword for this morning is sweet. Sweet to 33728. Sweet because we want a sweet and amazing, beautiful Chanukah. That's what we're celebrating in our kitchen right now. Okay, so you roll them into little bowls.
You roll them into little balls, or if you have a donut cutter, you can actually make the donut shape as
I don't
well.
have a donut cutter.
So depending on what you want to do, roll them, just put them on an oiled surface, because
Right.
once they've risen, they're very delicate and they tend to then stick to the sheet. So put it on an
Okay.
oiled surface, and that will be much easier to then remove and put into the fryer.
I'm curious as to how you get this yummy jam
Oh,
inside.
that's the big secret.
It's a big secret.
Okay,
I
we'll
can't
get there
wait.
now. So the jam, we then come to the donut.
Right, so now they have grown and they're baked.
3 minutes in the fryer on each side.
Right.
Okay, 350 degrees. They come out perfect and baked in the middle.
Wow.
As well. Don't make them too big, because then you tend to get a little bit dry and uncooked in the center.
Okay.
You then take your nozzle. Now it depends what kind of look you want. If you want the jam to be hidden, then you only squeeze it into the center and don't allow it to be seen on the outside.
Right.
Okay. Otherwise, you can let it just explode forth, and then you get
And
lots of
come out
jammy
a little-
donut coming
wow.
out like that.
So look at that, she just made a hole like in the middle of it, and it's literally oozing of yummy jam. My mouth's watering, sorry, it's really nice. Okay, and it smells good too.
Okay, and then you can just either roll it in regular white sugar or sprinkle it with some icing sugar.
That's really pretty. That's really nice. And then
That
you
is
get to
beautiful.
eat it.
Then you get
in
to eat
Afrikaans
it.
we say gulhartig, so wholeheartedly. You just go and dig
Absolutely.
into it. Is this one of the traditional foods for Hanukkah?
Absolutely, together with latkes and donuts, they're definitely top of the list.
Okay, so this is one of the things we can make. Now, look, Sarah did this really quickly. She's good at this because she's a Rebbitzin and she has time to cook, amongst other
Lots of
things. Sweet to 33728. That's our keyword for today. But let's have a look at how we got to this point.
Mix together yeast, sugar and water, then leave to bubble. Add egg, water, orange juice, salt, margarine, oil, flour and sugar, then knead. Cover and leave to rise. Roll out, then shape into balls before leaving to rise again. Deep fry with the lid on until golden. Drain on kitchen paper before dusting in sugar and filling with jam.
And our keyword is sweet. Sweet to 33728. How would you dish it? Would you scoop it open? And...
Okay, so I like to do things with the wow factor. So I wouldn't just serve a donut like that. Shabbat Hanukkah, you want to have a special
Right.
Hanukkah
So
dessert.
the Friday night after Hanukkah,
So-
during Hanukkah, yeah.
Absolutely. So Friday night, we would put some little mini donuts on a kebab stick with a few dipping sauces. You have some hot jam and some hot chocolate sauce on the plate.
Delicious.
And I'll put about 5 little donuts onto it, and then everyone can just help themselves and have a little dip.
You see, you can make it really pretty. Sweet is our keyword. Sweet to 33728. Now, it is Hanukkah. I'm going to try some donuts in this kitchen. Sarah, thank you so much for helping us.
Pleasure.
And Chag
Absolute
Sameach
pleasure.
to you.
Thank you so much.
Only a pleasure to you and your family. If you're celebrating Happy Hanukkah, to you too. Well, from our beautiful kitchen and celebrating a beautiful Chag, which is Hanukkah, we are going to fashion. Get your groove on, girl. We're getting dressed.
We found goodness in goed gedacht olive oil and all the good they do for the community. Pick and Pay, always there for you.